think we've all seen this chart by now, flattening the curve. This is what they've been trying to sell us from day one to save us from this deadly virus. Have a look at it and tell me what is plainly obvious here. I'll give you a few seconds. All right, time's up. Simply, this pink here is without measures to slow the spread of infection, meaning we just go living our normal lives that we have for all our life. In my case, over 60 years. That is what would have happened, okay? But with the measures to slow the spread of infection, you notice they use that term, slow the spread of infection, we have this curve here. Are you getting what I'm trying to get at? The number of deaths here is equal to the number of deaths here. You see, both areas are the same. If anything, this one here has more people dying. If anything, this one has more people dying. But what's happening here? This blue one is going over 3 times the time of this one without any measures. So you must be thinking, well, that's good, isn't it? We've slowed it down, and it's this big curve, and it's good. Just think about it. Just think about it. It doesn't have any timeline here. Let's just say this from here to here is 1 month, and that's 3 months. Something like that. Well, it's 3 to 1, we know. Okay. We have this thing here, and it ends here after 1 month. Everything's back to normal again. 98% of us, nothing's going to be wrong with us. The normal people will die, the older people who will die from the seasonal flu anyway. If we get it, we become immune to it, and it goes away in 1 month. Okay? And people still say, no, you got to have it, spread, slow the spread. All right, we slow the spread over 3 times the period, giving people, older people especially, more chance of getting it and dying. Can you see what's going on here? If you can't see it, I'll explain it even better. So, go back here, slow the spread without measures. Life is normal. If we extend it, same amount of people or more die over a long period of time. But what is happening when we do this one here? I'll just point out a few things that are happening. Unemployment has gone through the roof. Starvation is happening. Because of unemployment, there's an economic collapse. Businesses are closing everywhere, causing increased crime and violence. Now let's just look inside where we're locked down. Child abuse is rising. Suicide rates are rising. Mental health problems are rising. Domestic violence is rising. People are dying from other cases. Hospitals are empty. Elective surgeries being closed. People are dying at home. They cannot, be operated on or looked after because hospitals won't take them in. Can you see what I'm getting at now? All this is happening by slowing the spread. None of this would happen if we just had the normal, like any other virus or flu that we've had in history. Just cop it and it's over. I can mention a few more things that are happening here. Our young children, they're staying home. They're not allowed to play with their friends. What's that doing to children's minds? What are the children thinking? They're not going to school to be with their friends. They're wondering what's going on. Mummy and Daddy are fighting all the time because they're getting all aggravated. There's no money coming into the household. They're not eating like they used to. Can you imagine what this is doing to the young children that are going to live through this? People aren't exercising as much as they should. They're too scared to go outside. They're becoming obese. They're eating shit food because it's cheaper. I could go on and on about what is happening in this grey portion when we have measures to slow down the spread. But none of this is happening here, and yet less people are going to die. And this is coming from the CDC. The CDC, there it is, the source, the Centre for Disease Control and Prevention, a corrupt organisation. So let me just think, why would they want to slow the spread of infection when they know fully well that the numbers are going to be the same? Assuming that there is a COVID-19, even though there isn't. Why would they want to slow the spread? Maybe one of the reasons is, let's just drag this on as far as we can, as long as we can, making sure that people don't get restless and there's an uprising and people awake to all this shit. We'll just drag it on, saying that the government is helping you. Maybe they just want to drag it on and say, here, we now have a vaccine ready for you. Because you can't say after 1 month, or you can, but it's pretty much people are going to awake to it. After 1 month, we've got a vaccine ready. But here, they could say, yeah, we've already got one here, even though it should take 18 months or more. We've already got one here. So start queuing up. We'll give you the vaccine because, you don't want to be locked inside like you have for the last 3 months. Take the vaccine. Bill Gates wants you to take the vaccine because he cares for you. And we know what's going to be in the vaccine, don't we? And not only that, in this time here, we've got the tracing app. We've got the tracing app. And that's going to drag on, isn't it? People are going to be slowly uploading the tracing app. If you did it here, it's all gone in a month. Oh, shit, don't need the tracing app now, do we? But here, we'll drag it on. And every day and day, we'll hear, oh, we need more people for the tracing app. Come on. Otherwise, it's going to be mandatory. Hurry up. We've got you by the balls. We got you in lockdown. But we need you to get the tracing app. It's obvious, folks. It's so obvious that's why they want to drag it on. They have got everyone by the balls. We'll drag it on for the tracing app. We'll drag it on for the vaccine. They are full pelt. They cannot afford to stuff this up. This is their big opportunity. This is the big hit. This is the big hit for complete control of every single person on this planet, whether it's the New World Order, whatever. This is it. They cannot be stopped. It would have been stopped if we just let this go here. It all's back to normal after a month. But no, we've got to spread this. This will make people more restless. They'll get to a point, like I said, where they know there's a tipping point. They cannot go too far. They've got everyone on the tracing app by now. Then the vaccine comes. So I want everyone, every single person who sees this, to spread this far and wide. This should have been noticed, ages ago. Print this off. Show it to every person that you know, everyone that you work with, all your family. It's simple. I've dragged it on a bit. You can explain this within a minute. Clearly, the same number of deaths. They're showing you this. You can look up any flattening the curve image and it'll have the same thing. They just want to drag it on, as I've explained, for the tracing, the full surveillance of every single person. That's what they want. And then the vaccine, which has total control with the RFID microchip. So please share this. Please share this to everyone you can. We have to spread this. We have to spread this wide and far. People, even the brain dead, can see this for themselves. It's not hard to figure out. We have to share this. We have to not flatten the curve. We have to flatten this bullshit, flatten the governments, flatten those criminals and psychopaths who have scammed this planet with this fake COVID-19 shit.